Oh, whoa, yeah, leave it right there. Look at that.
Right now.
Nope,
Jesus.
Oh, we don't have control of it. Okay, we don't have control. I got you. I hope somebody at MoDOT can hear me on TV. Pan to the left just a bit. That is a tornado.
Yeah,
that is
look.
A big wedge tornado.
It was right on it and the camera moved.
That is the tornado that is,
yeah.
Wow, that is a...
That's what's headed to us.
What is that? Right now.
Don't know where that is.
Okay, put the radar behind me, please. Thank you. I'm going to zoom in this and Cassie.
And then moved it again.
That's oh, what did he say? MoDOT, I think, that's in control of that keeps moving the camera. Look at that.
What you son of a
We're
gun?
going to be tracking this current confirmed tornado that is heading towards the Cape Girardeau area. Looking at, I'm going to pull this up over here so I can zoom in closer to it.
So you can see it.
I'm going to go the speed that I need it to. I'm trying to just at least pin this out in a track of where it could potentially be going. I'm going to zoom out so that we can track that. Dutchtown, you definitely need to be in your safe spot right now.
I didn't want to leave you all on a cliffhanger, so I thought I'd go ahead and hop on here and let you know that we are still alive. So fortunately, the original path that they were projecting ended up shifting. And it doesn't really surprise me because tornadoes don't like hilly areas. They tend to follow the low-lying areas, and our town is very, very hilly, and that's exactly what it ended up doing. So they originally had it going more north than it actually went. It ended up going more east, and it went kind of downtown and across the river. And Michael lives just far enough north that he wasn't affected by it either because he lives downtown. But that means we're all okay. At one point, they did say it was out by the high school, so I don't know what Logan School might look like. But they showed a picture of it, which you would have seen in the last clip. It was in one of the little Skycam pictures on the right. They actually showed the tornado, and it looked like a pretty sizable one. So that was the most worried I have ever been living here. Because I always say, oh, we won't have to worry about tornadoes. We're way too hilly here. We'll never have one hit us. And it definitely had me eating my words for a little bit because they originally projected it to head straight exactly towards our neighborhood. So losing my house twice in a year would definitely probably put me over the edge. So I'm glad that missed us. We just have a torrential downpour going on outside now, which we're supposed to have storms the rest of the week. I think this is the only severe weather. The rest of it's just going to be like lingering thunderstorms after this front. And Allie is currently attacking the leg to the tripod. So if you see me bouncing around, that is why. But we're supposed to have up to a foot of rain by the time this week is over. So, but at least the tornado stuff is done. So I am honestly drained after all of that. And I'm ready for bed. So I'm going to bid you adieu for tonight, and I will see you again in the morning. Hi, welcome back to another dreary, gloomy, rainy day. I hope you don't mind. I am going to kind of cut the vlogging a little short, and this might get a little chatty, but I'm just not feeling motivated today. I think it's been kind of a rough 24 hours for a couple of reasons. The most obvious one with the storms that came through last night, having just moved back into my house just about a month ago, almost exactly, after losing it to a storm, a tree falling on my house in that storm. I don't know if I'll ever feel fully safe in this house or any house ever again, now that I've experienced how quickly you can lose it. And I do wonder, my grandparents lost their home in 2017 to a tornado, and it was a total loss. So, they would have had to either rebuild or buy a new house, and they chose to buy a new house. But, it was the house that they built in 1971. They moved in 1972, and they lived there ever since. So it was a lifelong home. It was a childhood home for my mom, my aunt, myself, my kids even. Spent a lot of time there growing up. So I wonder if that must be how they always felt after that. It never really feels fully secure anymore. Like, how quickly it can all be gone. And it changes your perspective on life, really. Ever since I got moved back in, the stress was just gone. And I feel like a lot of things that might have bothered me before, that I might have stressed or agonized over before, just don't anymore. And it's not something that I could even explain to someone how to achieve. It's just like a natural response to the situation that I went through. And I would not recommend that to anyone as a way to find peace in life. But with that said, yesterday was the first day, really this morning. I didn't feel it much yesterday. I felt it this morning. And as far as even like dwelling on it in my mind, I'm still not doing that. But it's the first time I've experienced physical symptoms of anxiety since I've come back here. And in addition to the storms, the thing that's really compounded it is that my oldest son got into a car accident yesterday. And he's totally fine, but his car is not. It's almost certainly totaled. So, I had to start an insurance claim. So when we bought that car, he was still 17. He turned 18, I think, about 3 months later. And so it had to go in my name. He's still on my insurance. And so that means that I have to deal with all of this all over again after having just finished dealing with the house stuff. And this is his second now total loss accident, because when we bought the last car, it was a result of an accident where he rolled his car on the interstate. He's definitely accident prone. And he's also been a bit of a challenge to raise the last few years. He, growing up, was like the perfect child. He was super, super easy, perfect grades, didn't require a lot of effort, really, until he hit about the age of 16. And a lot of it is the fact that he does have ADHD. He does have issues with executive functioning. And he hit a point where he decided he didn't want to take his medication anymore. And I don't necessarily blame him, because, it would make him lose his appetite. It would make him, have difficulty getting to sleep. He just didn't like the way he felt on it. But his ADHD is bad enough that without doing anything to manage it, he's really, really, really hurting himself. He's not able to function as the average adult should without it. And it's causing a lot of struggles for him, which in turn have created a lot of issues for me trying to manage him. And he is out on his own now. He moved out after the tree fell on the house. We found him an apartment, and he was planning on moving out when he turned 20. So it just ended up being a few months early. And so he has a roommate and all of that stuff, but he's still working the same part-time job that he had when he graduated high school. And so he just makes enough to get the bills paid and nothing more. He started struggling with grades towards the end of high school. The last couple of years, he went from being an almost straight A student to barely scraping by. He did apply and get into college, and he went one semester and he did terribly. Again, probably really needed to take medication at least to be able to focus on class and homework, and he wouldn't. Nor did he, do any other, anything else to try to manage those symptoms and help. He was kind of just doing it on a wing and a prayer and hoping he would succeed, and unfortunately he didn't. And so when he made the choice not to go back, he decided he wanted to do a tattoo artist apprenticeship, but that requires putting together a portfolio and doing some practice work and, submitting that and getting accepted. And he's been working ever since to build that portfolio, but he has a very bad habit of procrastinating. It has now been a little over a year. He still does not have the portfolio fully complete. And we have reached a point where it's do or die. It is time for a full-time job. We can no longer manage on this part-time food service type stuff. Like, he's got to have something, full-time hours, full pay, benefits, all of that kind of stuff. He does have a certificate in graphic design, but he doesn't want to do an office job. It's just not him. It's not his lifestyle, I guess. So I don't know what he's going to do, but we're working on looking for him a job now. We're working on updating his resume. I'm definitely helping him with all of this stuff, because if left to his own devices, he will procrastinate and never complete it. So he very much needs prompted and pushed. But the most important thing, not only in terms of being able to afford a place to live, because his roommate lost a job, which thankfully it looks like already got one lined out, but that puts extra pressure on my son, because if his roommate can't come up with his portion of the bills, then Hunter's responsible for all of them. And if he had full-time work, it wouldn't be such a struggle if that kind of situation arises. He wouldn't even necessarily need a roommate. But also, he's going to have his own insurance now. I was going to let him stay on mine until 21. But with this being his second total loss accident, and he's not even 21 yet, I cannot imagine what his insurance rates are going to do, plus just the headache and the hassle of having to be the one to deal with the fallout as far as, insurance and DMV and finding a car. And I can't keep doing this. It's too much, especially after having just gone through what I did with the house. And then my youngest son also just bought himself a new truck, which is great, except, again, he was 16 whenever we got his first truck, so it's in my name. So legally, I have to be the one to deal with selling it, which he's got it right now in the shop over at the school, and they're doing an alignment on it, and he should be picking it up probably today or tomorrow. And bringing it back home so we can get it listed to sell in order to help pay for his new truck. So, I have that also, since that truck legally belongs to me. So it's just a lot to deal with right now. Realistically, my mood and everything has still been good, all things considered. But physically, this morning, I started experiencing those just kind of anxiety symptoms. And it makes it hard to concentrate. It makes it hard to focus, which is making it hard to vlog, especially to stop and think about camera angles. It's something that I'm normally very focused on, and I'm just not today. So this little chat is going to have to do. Maybe you learned a little bit extra about me. Anyway, I think it's time to quit dwelling on that and move on. I wanted to go ahead and share my meal plan with you, like I always do on Thursdays. And for next week, since I'm feeling so off right now, I wanted to do something simple. Maybe by Monday, I'll completely have changed my mind and wish I had something more fun to cook, but I chose a soup. And I think it is like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are supposed to be the chilly days again. We're going to have nights in the 30s again. So soup actually is kind of perfect. But I'm going to do a Mexican quinoa soup. It's super simple, inexpensive ingredients. It's one of my favorites. I love it. And I have it on the screen here. If you want to look at it, I will have the recipe linked below. I will try my best to get this up on the blog, so you will have the downloadable PDF version. But that is the quick and easy plan for next week. So if you want to come back here, I'll still have the weekend vlog to go. So it'll be not the next vlog, but the one after. We will be preparing this meal. So if you want to come back and make it along with me, feel free to do that. I am off vlogging tomorrow. Friday is my vlogging day off. And this weekend should be fairly normal again. Michael has been working like nonstop. They've got a big install project going on, and there's been some hiccups with it, unfortunately. But he's been working late in the evenings. He worked all last weekend, which is also why I have not completed the fireplace in the basement yet because I need him in order to get that together. So hopefully this weekend, as long as everything goes smoothly, we should be able to get that put back together. I have the bookshelf here. I have all the pieces downstairs ready to go. I just need to assemble it. And then the basement library will be complete, and then I can show you that. And I can also give you a full finished house tour, which is really exciting, and I am looking forward to doing that. And then also tomorrow is mine and Michael's 6-year anniversary, so we are going to go to dinner tomorrow or Saturday evening as well. So we have that to look forward to this weekend. But that is an update on life and where everything is at the moment. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you back here again on the next one. So thank you for watching.